I don't like it, Houston. Maybe I'm being paranoid, but... It's your call, MC. You tell me what you want to do. Jansen glanced around the Hab Lab at her crew. They were in good shape, a little pumped from having a chance to call home, even if it was just a recorded message. This is a good time to check it out. I'm asking for authorization for an EVA so I can evaluate the tank with my own eyes. We good? You have authorization for EVA. Just be careful, MC. Understood, Houston. Sally Jansen, Astronaut. Are we really doing this? I don't want to talk about that day. Okay. Back then, NASA had us do pressers and media ops constantly. I mean, all the time. The Orion program cost billions, and they felt they needed to show American taxpayers what they were getting for their money. They wanted us all to be rock stars, to be TV people. I was never comfortable with that. Jesus. Can we take a minute? Just a minute. Let me collect myself. The thing you have to understand is that July 4th, 2034, was the worst day of my life. Wrestling into the extravehicular activity suit was hard enough in the close confines of the Hab Lab. Climbing through the soft lock afterwards was enough to leave Jansen breathing heavily. The Hab Lab module, where the astronauts lived and worked, was a 17-meter-long inflated cylinder made of 2 flexible walls, with the ship's water supply circulating between them. The water kept the habitat cool or warm as necessary, and provided shielding from the radiation environment of deep space. But the module bounced and shook every time you shoved against it, like an air mattress, in a way that did not inspire confidence. The habitat's airlock was a narrow fabric tube that you had to wriggle through in slow motion, every twist and turn careful and premeditated, so you didn't snag any of your spacesuit's hard parts on the thin walls. One tear in the soft lock, and they would have to scrub the EVA until it could be repaired. Somehow she managed to climb out onto the side of the module, where she helped Julia, the mission's science specialist, make the same transition. Oberdor's face was white as a sheet behind her polycarbonate faceplate, with sweat beaded across her forehead. She gave Jansen a nervous laugh, and clutched the ship as if afraid she would fall off. It was no surprise she was nervous. Oberdor had done plenty of EVAs in simulators, but had never actually been outside the ship since it left Earth. Jansen patted her on the arm to reassure her. Hell, Jansen wasn't exactly frosty herself. Around them, the universe stretched off in every direction, empty and dark. Jansen fought down a sensation of vertigo. This time was different, she thought. Different from all the EVAs she'd done on the Deep Space Gateway Station while she'd trained for this mission. It took her a second to realize why. There was nothing below her. Nothing on either side. Nothing above her. Nothing at all. Just nothingness. Forever. In space, in microgravity, there were technically no such things as up and down. Yet human brains were so well adapted to gravity that you couldn't think like that. You couldn't ever accept it. It had been easier on the space station because the Earth was there, enormous and bright. The curve of the planet was down. Your brain could accept that. It could learn to accept that you were flying, that the ground wasn't rushing up to meet you, because there was a down to point to. Not anymore. 15 days out, and the Earth was behind them, bigger than any star, but far enough away that it offered no psychological relief. Jansen's head started to spin as it tried desperately to find a reference frame, and failed. There's always something to hold on to, she told Oberdor, who nodded gratefully. You never have to let go, okay? Just grab something and hold tight. Inside her helmet, Jansen's voice sounded small and tinny, as if she were hearing herself over the radio, as if it were someone else offering this good advice. She looked at Orion, at the spacecraft, and somehow found her bearings. There were 4 modules in her ship, each with its own function. At the back was the service module, which housed the ship's main engine and its fuel supply. Forward of that was the conical command module, the only part of the ship that would go back to Earth once they were done on Mars. The long cylinder of the Hab Lab was wrapped in an insulating shroud of quilted silver fabric, dazzling in the sun, and then at the far end...